the longest chapter in your book is Telling Right from Wrong. And in this chapter, you take on some of the myths around what are supposed rules of grammar, and you explain why it's okay to use them. So we've found 5 or 6 pieces of music, which you may be familiar with, and which break many of these rules. And so we'd like to play them to you, and then you can tell us, in fact, why these haven't contravened good sense and the good rules of grammar.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. Beginning a sentence with "and."
Yes.
Yes. Now, that's an excellent example of a pseudo rule. It's often taught to children because they don't know where to put the full stop and where to capitalize, and it's kind of a general rule of thumb, and it prevents some errors in kids. But it's really not a good guideline at all. Now, ordinarily, you wouldn't do what Frank Sinatra just saying to us. That is, you can begin a sentence with "and" when it comes at the end of a list of sentences, and this kind of caps off the argument or caps off the list. To begin a conversation with "and" often isn't anomalous, but here it's being used for artistic effect. Namely, you feel like you're entering into the midst of a conversation that's already taken place, and of course, as if he's been narrating his entire life, and now he's getting to the final chapter. So the "and" makes you imagine everything that came before. So I think it's being definitely used here, even in cases where someone like me would say don't use it.
Okay.
Well done.
Perfect.